In a political climate charged with intense anticipation, Vice President Kamala Harris and former President Barack Obama recently captivated audiences across key battleground states. Crowds surged to Harris's rally in Michigan and Obama's in Pennsylvania, amassing over 22,000 attendees in a show of unity, energy, and conviction. Contrastingly, at Donald Trump's event at Madison Square Garden, MSG, signs of dwindling enthusiasm were evident. The turnout for Trump, though anticipated to be one of the year's largest, fell drastically short of expectations. For many attendees and onlookers alike, the comparison was undeniable, an emblematic clash between Kamala Harris's and Trump's campaigns that showcased a stark difference in both message and energy. In this video, we'll explore the charged atmospheres of both rallies, analyzing the key differences in crowd engagement, rhetoric, and the issues that resonated with each audience. We'll look at what's driving the support for Kamala Harris in traditionally competitive regions like Michigan, what's dampening the enthusiasm for Trump, and why this showdown is being seen as a watershed moment in the run-up to the 2024 election. Let's dive into the compelling contrasts that made Harris's rally an epic showdown against Trump's so-called MSG disaster. The scene in Michigan, Kamala Harris's massive turnout. Kamala Harris's rally in Michigan, co-headlined by Governor Tim Walz, was an unprecedented success. With an estimated 22,000 attendees, the rally became one of the largest political gatherings this election cycle. The turnout signaled not only strong support for Harris's message, but a tangible shift in public opinion in favor of her vision for the country's future. Attendees described an electric atmosphere filled with optimism and a sense of purpose. For nearly half an hour, people streamed into the rally, filling every available seat and packing the open spaces. "I've never seen anything like it," said a local volunteer. "We had people coming from all over, walking for over 30 minutes just to get a spot near the venue." The message from Harris and Walz was clear: the time to defend democracy is now. Harris's call for unity, her emphasis on protecting democratic values, and her plan to address the pressing economic and social issues facing Americans hit home for the thousands in attendance. It wasn't just the size of the crowd that made the rally monumental, it was the undeniable energy that each individual brought, creating a shared sense of hope and determination. Contrast with Trump's MSG rally, disappointing turnout, and controversial rhetoric. Over at Madison Square Garden, Donald Trump's rally painted a very different picture. The former president had built up anticipation around his MSG appearance, expecting a high-energy, packed-out event. But as the cameras panned across the arena, it became clear that attendance was nowhere near the anticipated numbers. Many seats remained conspicuously empty, and the enthusiasm in the room seemed to wane as Trump took the stage. Trump's speech at MSG leaned heavily on familiar talking points, but was marred by moments that left his audience cringing. At one point, Trump stumbled over references to world conflicts, mistakenly mentioning World War II instead of World War III, a slip that ignited concern even among his supporters. Moreover, his statements about Puerto Rico sparked immediate backlash. Trump's dismissive comments, which included referring to the island in derogatory terms, quickly fueled outrage among Puerto Ricans and Americans alike. This tone-deaf rhetoric contrasted starkly with Harris's inclusive approach, further alienating key voter groups that Trump once counted on. Kamala Harris, building a coalition of diverse supporters. Kamala Harris's rally in Michigan wasn't just a show of Democratic unity. It represented a broader coalition of supporters that the vice president has steadily cultivated. Harris's commitment to inclusivity was exemplified by her remarks on Puerto Rico. "I have a specific plan to address the unique needs of Puerto Rico," Harris emphasized, laying out detailed proposals to strengthen the island's infrastructure and economy. The crowd roared in approval, reflecting Harris's resonance with diverse communities. From Latinx voters to young activists, Harris's support has steadily expanded beyond traditional Democratic strongholds, offering an alternative to Trump's polarizing message. The The presence of high-profile supporters like Governor Tim Walz reinforced this unity, showing a strong alignment within the Democratic Party and sending a message of solidarity. Obama's rally in Philadelphia, a powerhouse speech supporting Harris. Former President Barack Obama's rally in Philadelphia provided a powerful boost to Harris's campaign. Obama, known for his eloquent and compelling speeches, drew stark contrasts between the inclusive values championed by Harris and the divisive rhetoric often associated with Trump. He addressed Trump's past statements targeting marginalized communities, reminding the crowd of Trump's Muslim ban and other discriminatory policies. If you're a Christian who cares about the Ten Commandments, or a Muslim American troubled by the Muslim ban, think about what real leadership means, Obama stated, calling for voters to make a choice based on integrity and inclusivity. Obama's call to action electrified the audience, reinforcing Harris's campaign message that this election is about restoring respect, dignity, and unity. Trump's rhetorical missteps. MSG event draws criticism. While Harris and Obama were uniting and energizing supporters in Michigan and Pennsylvania, Trump's rally in Madison Square Garden left even some of his loyalists feeling uneasy. Trump's comments about Puerto Rico, calling it an island of garbage, were met with immediate outrage. This inflammatory language was criticized across political lines, and in some cases, Trump's supporters voiced their disapproval, with some reconsidering their votes. The fallout from this event extended beyond the venue. Politicos in Pennsylvania and other battleground states observed that Trump's rhetoric was alienating a crucial voting bloc of Latinx and Caribbean Americans. The backlash on social media was swift, with many Puerto Rican and Latinx influencers condemning Trump's remarks and calling for support of Harris instead. Energy and engagement. Harris's rally versus Trump's disappointing showing. A striking difference between Harris's Michigan rally and Trump's MSG event was the visible energy and engagement of the crowds. At Harris's rally, supporters were united in their enthusiasm, energized by Harris's message of inclusion and democratic resilience. Each speaker at Harris's event highlighted the critical nature of this election, sparking rounds of applause and chants of support. Conversely, Trump's rally felt disjointed. The speeches were marred by rhetorical blunders and controversial statements, and as the event went on, sections of the audience began leaving. Reports from within the venue indicated that even staunch supporters found themselves uncomfortable with Trump's rhetoric, and the once fiery energy of his campaign events seemed to have lost its spark. The contrast between Harris's and Trump's recent rallies speaks volumes about the state of their campaigns as the 2024 election approaches. Harris's massive turnout and vibrant energy in Michigan, backed by Obama's powerhouse rally in Pennsylvania, underscored a growing momentum behind the Democratic ticket. In stark contrast, Trump's lackluster event at Madison Square Garden revealed cracks in his once fervent base of supporters, amplified by his alienating remarks and diminishing enthusiasm. With just days left until the election, the stakes couldn't be higher. Harris's rally represented a coalition-driven movement grounded in unity and the promise of a brighter future, while Trump's event symbolized a campaign struggling to recapture its former vigor. This showdown between Harris and Trump, fought on stages across America, is a pivotal moment in the fight for the country's future. As Election Day draws near, the choice is becoming increasingly clear, a path of inclusion and progress, or one marked by division and controversy. For voters watching these rallies, the message couldn't be clearer. Kamala Harris's vision is resonating across the nation, and her commitment to building a united and inclusive America is inspiring record-breaking crowds. The momentum she's generating signals a hopeful shift, one that could very well lead her and Tim Walz to the highest offices in the land.